Okay, where I'll be giving you, I'll show you same activity. I will do it and I'll show you. You need to go ahead and make it achievable. So this is one of the most common problems of how to onboard an application onto SonarQube. See, in your day-to-day world, every application that you work or you develop, you don't know what is the background of the application. Who developed it? We don't know. How it is developed, what challenges they faced. You may be picking up the project from somewhere, like the code has been developed for the last 3 years. You don't even know what is happening. At most, you will be running the module, do a couple of testings, go through the code, and do the analysis. So whenever someone gives you a project, okay, and you have to onboard a project which you have never seen. You have to onboard a project which you have never seen, or you have been given a very fresh project and then you need to onboard that project for your CI pipeline. So let's take a simple example and do that. Okay. I need a volunteer who can show his screen with the current status. Like yesterday on GitLab and GitHub, both of them were successful, no? Any one of you have any issues from the yesterday's class, GitLab and GitHub?
Yeah, for me, the GitLab thing, validate account was unsuccessful. So I could
Because of the
achieve it
credit
on,
card.
yeah. I could achieve
GitHub
it
is
on
okay.
GitHub. Yeah.
Okay, good enough. Any one is good enough for me. Doesn't matter for us. One is good enough.
Yeah, for me, it's GitHub is having a problem.
GitHub is done.
No, GitLab is working fine, but GitHub is having a problem.
What happened to GitLab? Sorry, GitHub. GitHub should be more easy.
Yes,
because no validation.
because I have imported the project, but it is not displaying the result.
Oh, is it? You want to share the details?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is my as per the yesterday, I have updated the repository, push it into the GitHub, and once I push it in the Sonar cloud, it is not getting displayed. So
Okay.
if I look into inside Github, so I can no, nothing is getting displayed in the main branch, but it is getting displayed under this. So,
But oh, okay. You know why? Look at the branches. You have a main branch. Maybe the pipeline is written for the master branch. Can you show me the pipeline? So pipeline means I want you to show me GitHub. Yeah. Go to Maven Basic.
yes.
Yes. Go to workflows. The first .github/workflows directory. Yeah. Open the build.yaml for me. Show me just like that. Okay. It's a main branch. Branches is main. Go to the top. Click on Maven Basic.
Okay.
It's a main branch.
Yes.
Okay, good. So if it's a main branch, it should show you in the main branch, no? Now go to the Sonar Cloud.
Yes.
Go to Oreo. Master branch has not been analyzed yet. But why is it taking master branch? It should take actually the
Correct.
thing. Okay. Whenever you are committing the code, show me the code where you are committing from. Show me the Git branch. Type Git branch and show me.
It depends on you.
Yeah. Go to the terminal.
Yes.
Yeah. Show
From
me
GitHub
type.
only.
See, you look at do that, remove that git add dot.
Git status.
No, git branch -a. Git branch -a.
Only
Git
Git.
git space branch space -a. It's a main branch. Remotes origin main. I'm wondering how come master branch is actually triggered. So there are two branches for you. That means, okay, go to the main project. Go to the GitHub. I know, I got the reason. Click on the main. There is a main, no? Below the main, there is an arrow mark. Yeah. View all branches. Great. Okay, once delete the project and add once again. Let me see. Why is it coming?
So
Go to
Nishant,
Solar
there
Cloud.
is
Yeah.
in pom.xml, we'll update the branch, right? We'll change it and
No, we will never put the branch name in pom.xml.
okay. Somewhere else we deleted
In the
that
Build.yaml.
YML
In the
file.
build.yaml
YML.
file.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
Maybe what happened is, Sunil, you have done first before you did it for main branch and then master branch, or how is it?
No, I have created a repository and then pushed that code
Mm,
through this. I have pushed that code. Earlier, I was not able to do. Then yesterday, I figured out that need to put a first commit and then push it again. So I was able to push
Okay.
it.
Why don't you push? Why don't you do a small change and now you push it? Okay. What I will do? Just hold on. Type
Okay.
git status. Oh, you did not even commit the code yesterday.
No, yeah, I have committed the code.
Yeah. Git status. Okay. Close this. Close this terminal. Doesn't need. You don't need it. Okay. Click on Maven Basic.
Maven basic terminal.
Yeah. Yeah. Go to terminal. No, not terminal. Sorry. GitHub. Maven, there is a Maven -basic. No. Yeah. Go to the repository.
Yeah.
Okay. Go to source. Yeah. Go till the Java file. First one. Yeah. Go till the Java file. Yeah. Modify the Java file. Say hello world to something else. Click on edit button. Cancel. Cancel. We don't know what changes you're doing. Quickly click on the edit button now. Pencil button is there now. Yeah. Make it hello world to something else. Do add something. Yeah. Commit the code. Commit the code to the main branch. Always add a comment. Yeah. Yeah. Commit the changes. Let's wait for this to trigger. Go to the actions. Now it has triggered. So let's wait. Now the result should come. If the result is coming directly in the main branch, so because while creating the project also, it's very important that in which branch you have created. So anyway, let's see whether this will complete in how many minutes. 1 minute, and then you will get to know.
I can click it right now.
Okay. While it happens for the Sunil, how about other people? Is it clear for everyone? Do we have any doubts?
Build is successful.
Yeah, go there. Go to the SonarQube. Reload the page. Yeah, Maven Basic.
That
No,
one
not
is the
that. No,
important. No, it's not.
this one.
Yeah, this one.
Click on that.
Still 2 branches.
Why is okay? Why don't you? Okay, go to this. Go to that, please. Go to the main branch settings. Yeah, there is a settings button. No, 1 minute ago settings button. Short-lived branches under the short-lived branches section. Okay, I'm requesting for the control. Can I take the control, please? Here. Delete this branch. But why is this became main branch? This should. I know You know what happened? Yesterday, your system automatically analyzed it, no? It did not ask us to analyze, correct?
No, I have set up this token and all this thing.
Problem is here we don't have a facility to change it. Change it. I'm wondering, it's supposed to take
Yeah.
it's never supposed to take a main branch, because whatever the branch that you give will be considered as the main branch. Already done. I think what I got to know is maybe first commit you have done it on a main branch, sorry, master branch, and then it could have picked up the master branch.
It might be a case it is automatically get triggered.
Branch is the problem is we cannot. What I'll do.
We can
Every
delete the
game.
project and do the activity once again.
No, we can do it 2 minutes. 1 second. Let's see what will happen because I deleted the project. You see the tokens.
No, this one. So it's
Why
6,
you
7.
have 2 organizations?
Well, and this is a account I have created with 821 first time. But it is picking up from 6747.
Yeah. Can anyone tell me quickly why it failed? Guess.
Plugin.
But why plugin? Plugin should already be there, no?
Yeah.
Default branch, but there's no such setting way.
There's nothing like,
explicitly did.
yes, good. You're analyzing good, whoever it is, Akash. There is nothing like default branch. But why could not find a default branch to fail back, to fall back? So let us see, let's analyze. You said main branch. That's good enough. You know why it is failing? Tell me. Anyone guess? The answer is here in the last line. Guess it, please. The answer is in the last line. Why is it failing?
Project key and
Project
plugin.
key.
Good. See, there is a project key, no?
Yeah.
But where is the project key here? That project key should be here, no? When we deleted that project, the project key is not there. It is not the same project key, no? That's why it's failing. So now what you do? If you add a new project key, it will work. Maven basic. Ah, no. So this is okay. You know what happening? What's happening? This is Maven Basic, no?
Mhm.
That project is already added. How did you add another time the same project?
That is through go to plus sign and adding the project.
Okay, good. So what you have done is you have manually added a project.
Not
Now
a
I
man.
got to know.
Yeah.
You have manually see, it's already committed.
Yes.
So if you create a new, so what you have done is you have created a project manually and did it. That is the reason there is a difference between main branch. You know what is happening? Previously, whatever you have committed, you have committed normally. So let me brief you what you have done on my screen. Okay. One minute. This is my understanding. Huh? You had a code base in your laptop. Then on your Sonar cloud, it has automatically added Maven Basic. And then the pipeline was running successfully. My guess is maybe you could have pushed the Sonar. Maybe you have created a manual project and then you triggered. That's why you see Maven Basic and Maven Basic GitHub. You're getting me?
Yes.
Maybe this is my understanding. Maybe you're the right person to tell me.
Okay, so just one thing is that Maven Basic, I just recently tried to figure out just before the class training. So we
That
have not
means
done any.
yesterday, how did you get the, okay, maybe what happened is, okay, now I got, maybe first you were running GitHub, then Maven Basic you just added now.
Yes, just now I.
So that means whenever you have done this before, I think you could have done it manually, not automated. If it was automated link, then when there is a change, it will trigger. When you manually do it, it will not trigger. You're getting me?
Okay, need to create the.
Maybe the project key and everything should be different. Okay. If it's manually created, no worries. Now it will work. Anyway, it's already triggered. The result are already coming. Show me your screen now. Sunil.
Yeah, just.
Yeah. Now any changes that you do here, no? See, go to Maven Basic. Yeah.
That is the manually I have created it.
No, so, sir, you only said it is automated. It's automated. That's why you are able to see the result.
It is
See?
not it.
Leave but not computed. That will come like that only. Go to the overview.
Okay.
Okay. You know, to make you that it is tested correctly, what I will do, enable new code definition. Enable new code definition.
Where?
Here, gate, quality gate, not computed, no.
Where's the quality gate?
Quality gate, not computed. Okay, I will take the control. I want to know, do you remember what is the project key for this? To make it fix, I'll do this.
So here you are making a change in the project key.
This is the project key.
Just a minute. That
This
is
is the
a
organization key.
project key having a M also there. Just a minute.
Huh?
Just
No,
in the project key, you're
okay,
copying that not correctly.
correct one. Ah, okay. This one. Okay.
Yeah.
See, now you have to commit the project key. Okay, now committed. Now I want to also look at your pom.xml just to understand. Yeah, okay, fine. The organization is also fine. So let us see. So it's building. Let's wait for it to complete. Failed. Failed to execute the goal. Sonar plugin. Okay, maybe. Okay. Maybe what is happening is there is automated analysis which is happening. I'll do that fixture for you. That will not work for an entire thing because this Sonar Cloud is doing an automated analysis for all the projects. 1 second. Other guys are understanding, no, how to troubleshoot these issues. See, you should remember this is the organization name.
Okay. No, there are 3 admin.
You know, why is this preparing automatic analysis? Do you know that? Because
It is trying to connect.
it's already trying to connect. Already it is written. Already the pipeline is written there, telling that it should be executed with Sonar Cloud. So that's why it's doing the automated analysis. I want to see.
We need to change that
The-
organization here.
No, why you'll change the organization?
In some XML file.
Yeah, that has to be changed. In the pom.xml, we should change the organization and all.
Upper side. Yeah, so this is row number 16. Line number 16.
Just waiting for it to complete. Okay, no changes. Fine. Let's wait for the actions to complete. Okay, clear. So in your case, what happened is, I think this SonarQube automated analysis is enabled.
Okay.
That is the reason it's actually doing an automated analysis. Rather than doing a CI manual analysis, it is doing a automated analysis. I hope it is clear, no, Sunil?
Yes. Yes.
See, now, what is the difference between the previous one and this one? Can anyone guess?
So previous one, in my case, what is happening? It is making automatic analysis. So when we are the master branch, it is automatically getting created, and then we are making a change in the main.
But where did that go? Your Maven.basic, where did it go?
That is what I'm thinking. Where it has gone?
No way. Oh my God. So yeah, this one example of a Maven basic only, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. 2 minutes ago only. Fine. Same project. Cool. got
So all the
confused.
earlier project has been deleted, right? This
Yeah,
one.
we have deleted. I have deleted the entire thing, previous thing. Yeah. So, okay, let me, anyway, as we are here, let me explain you a few more concepts with the help of Sunil's screen. So if you
Okay.
look at,
I thought you are going to share on.
no worries. I think I'll share that, no worries.
Okay.
Okay, if you look at, take any application, doesn't matter. For example, if you look at this application, okay, so till now we were discussing a lot on the other side. Let me show you here. For example, if you go to information section, okay, let me explain that. See, you see batches, right? Now, these batches will help you to get status on your GitHub page. Like, if this is your GitHub page, think this is your GitHub page. For example, in this GitHub page, you want to show a badge telling that if the build failed or passed. See, every time you don't want to come to Sonar Cloud and see. So what you can do, you can go ahead and add it here. Okay, what I will do, I'll create a new project and then I'll do that. For example, I have a simple Maven Java app here. Let me go ahead and add that. So now it's asking me GitHub actions. I'll do it with the GitHub actions. Secrets, actions, Sonar token. Add secret. That's it. And then next continue. It's a Maven project. So I need to add this under the properties section. Do I have a property section here? Do I have a property section here anywhere?
No.
So
No.
how do I add? So I take the entire code base and where do I add? Under which section I should add? Under build or under plugins? Or under dependencies?
Yeah, we have project section, I guess, at last line.
Okay. That means under the build I should add or under the plugins I should add? Typically, where do
It's part of
properties
project.
goes?
Parent is project. Can under and location doesn't matter. You can put under.
Okay. So it makes sense?
Yeah.
Is it the right one? So typically, properties can be added anywhere. Okay, it should not be in the profile or nor in the build. So what I'll do, I'll take these properties, exit out of the project, or I'll add it here.
I think project is the root, right?
Sorry, project is the root in mind. Yeah. Okay, then I'll add it here. But it's not required, no? See, if we have never added inside the root. This XML is starting here. See, if you look at project, did we add it in the project section anywhere? Yeah,
I mean, project is
we'll
the
add it. True.
root
True.
document.
Yeah, we'll add it in there itself. Actually, choosing a wrong project anyway. Then a build. Do you think this will run or it will fail? For me, it will fail. Why? Because I have never added a Sonar plugin into the
project.
but I should add a Sonar plugin, right? If you look at here, see, we have a Sonar plugin. So without a Sonar plugin, how will it work? Anyway, the actions will run. No, not yet. Just change the master. While this runs, I will quickly make the changes also in the POM. In XML, do you think the indentation matters?
No.
See, the previous one failed because it could not identify Sonar. Oh, and also the source is 6.
By default, it will
Source
go
is
for
5.
6. You can add that version.
Yes. I think there is a lot to do in this code. I will not touch this code. We'll go with another piece of code. Let it complete. Failed. Same because you'll get the same error this time again because of the source. That's okay. I'll choose a different project and then do it. That would be better. Yesterday I was telling I'll show you how to add it.
And
I'll do a
Nishant,
simple project.
in Sunil mission, you have turned off auto analyze, right? Can you show how to turn off the auto analyze?
Yeah. So if you go to administration and analysis,
Okay.
there you need to turn off if it is enabled, you need to turn off.
Okay.
In mine, it is not enabled.
Okay.
See, by default, the latest version doesn't have this. See, the older version of SonarQube has an automated analysis enabled. But as far as my knowledge goes, In the latest version, you don't have it. Anyway, so let me first explain you a few more things and then I'll go. So in your project, in your whatever you're doing, okay, do you have branch status quality passed? Check. Are you able to see that branch status is quality passed?
Yeah, earlier it
Some
was
of you,
not, but we have said that a new code.
correct.
selected. Yeah.
When you select new code, that means it will go ahead and do the check. For example, it will go ahead and check the previous commit and the new commit. Anyway, don't worry, I'll show you from basics once again. I'll commit a new project and then I'll do it. Okay, now just let me know how many of you are comfortable with GitLab or GitHub? Yeah, I think I'll show the examples on GitHub only so that people whose GitLab is not activated also, they can work on it. Okay, let me just show you one thing. Okay. Can anyone tell me this is linked to GitHub or GitLab?
This is GitLab based on
Everyone,
GitLab,
GitLab.
correct? How do you know?
remote origin section,
URL.
URL.
Good. Say remote origin is URL. You know what I will do? I'll open the same file. Okay. That is here, config. Now what you observe what I'm going to do. There is only GitLab, right? Now I'm going to create a simple project in GitHub. Okay. Maven basic. Like whatever you have done yesterday, I'm doing it today. Making it as a public project. See, I'm not adding any readme. Why? Because I already have all the code. I'll show you both. What is the code here? Hello world from GitLab with code definition, correct? Correct?
Yes.
Now, that means this piece of code is linked to GitLab. Now what I will do? So tell me this one, the current folder, is it a repository or is it a folder?
If it is having a .git file,
It's a
folder,
repository.
it's a repository as of now.
Good. So now I have a .git folder, no? That means it is a repository. So if it is a repository means which one should I follow?
Push an
Push
existing
existing.
repository.
Good. You know, remote add origin is there, no?
Okay.
I will take this command. You know, rather than origin, I'll manipulate it as n GitHub. I'm giving a name. It can be Mercedes car. It can be any name. Doesn't matter. It's an identifier. Now observe.
We'll update the config.
Now you observe. You have two origins. You know what I will do? Rather than telling git branch -m, I'll say git push -u n GitHub main. Get status. I'll check git push -u. Typically, what do you guys do? Git push origin main, right? Now observe. It's asking me my Git credentials. Sign in with the browser. Google Chrome. Authentication succeeded. And my code pushed. Now you see Git status. Now you understand how to link one repository with multiple remote repositories. So I have two origins, one origin, another origin. Okay. Now, whenever I say git pull origin main, that means pull it from GitLab. Pull it from GitLab. Now you see git status. Now what I will do, observe. Here I have a gitlab.ci file, no? If I reload this page, do I have gitlab.ci file? Are you guys observing the difference? Same repository, but here I have gitlab.ci. Here I don't have gitlab.ci. Why? Because whatever the changes I made, it is local and it only belongs to GitLab. Now what I will do, once I'm happy, I will push this from GitLab to GitHub. Observe. I'm pushing it to GitHub. Now observe, if I go here and reload, did you see .gitlab.ci? That means you can have one repository and control two different remote repositories. So one, you can have GitLab, GitHub, Bitbucket, Tortoise SVN, Azure DevOps. Any number of remote repositories can be integrated into one repository. Clear?
For Git repository means you told .git file should be there folder, but for
Correct.
GitLab repository means should there also be .git file or else?
No. One Git is more than enough. One Git
Okay.
for one
You
Git.
are saying anything. It may be some, like you told, some other thing like buckets, right? There also, if
Yeah.
it is having .git file, then it is called repository.
It's called, see, .git folder. If it is there, it is called as repository in the world of DevOps and automation.
It can be any other like GitLab or GitHub.
Doesn't matter. See, that's what I need to understand. .git is a technology. On top of this technology, GitLab will work. GitLab works on the same technology. GitHub works on the same technology. Bitbucket works on the same technology. Azure DevOps works on the same technology. So that's why if technology is enabled, it doesn't matter. Got
Okay.
no?
Yeah.
Git is a technology. It is like this. For example, every bike works on the same technology, right? Technology is same, but vendors are different. Correct? Let me take one more example. Chocolate. Every chocolate uses Coca, but different brands. Dairy Milk, 5-star, different varieties. But ultimately, the chocolate comes from cocoa. Similarly, Git is a technology. If Git is enabled, it is considered as a repository. It's not considered as a folder. Okay. Clear?
Yes, Nick.
Any doubts, you can let me know in this. Now what I will do?
Can you show me that config file again?
Yeah. Again, you guys don't need to do it. It's only for the demo I have shown you.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, is it clear for everyone?
Yeah, Nishant, I had one query. What is meant by CI/CD pipeline?
Okay. So let me first start with some fundas here. So it's easy. One minute. Okay. In your organization, who does what job? There are different people in your organization who does a different job. Guys, can you tell me? Okay. In the chat box, please write your designation. In the chat box, please write your designation. Quickly, yeah. Guys, I'm not going to judge you. You can just quickly write your designation or title. You guys can hear me or not? Yeah, for example, software expert, quality specialist engineer, developer, services software consultant. Good. So only 4 people are active. That means developer. So now understand. Amol has a different job than what Pragati does. Swati does differently from Amol, correct?
Right.
All of you guys do different jobs, right? Are you guys doing the same job? No.
No.
That means there is a different role for each of you. Why there is a different role for each of you? Because in the world of software development, okay, there is requirement gathering phase, simple designing phase, implementation phase, deployment phase, and maintenance, right? Do you think everything is done by one person in a regular SDLC?
No.
Do you think everyone can do every job? No. Everyone is specialized in something, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
in a traditional SDLC, requirement gathering is done by few people. Not everybody in the team will do it because they are specialized in it or they may are good at it. Designing is typically done by the architect and the senior software developers. Then implementation is done by the junior developers, senior developers, testing, and then the deployment. So in your organization, who does the deployment? For example, Amol Deshmukh, do you do deployments or you only develop? Arun Singh, do you do development or only deployment? Or development deployment?
Yeah, development.
See, you guys are doing development. So who will deploy? Who will deploy your application?
For us, we have dev teams that does this.
Okay.
planning and all.
Who you have a team who will do this job, right?
Yeah.
Now the world is changing. In the world of DevOps, if you take planning, coding, building the application, testing the application, releasing the application, deploying the application, operating the application, and monitoring the application for health issues. If you take all these activities, okay, typically planning, coding, building, testing is done by the developers. Partially release also happens by developers, and then operations team will take over the deployment, operations, monitoring the application. So everyone used to do different job, but today a company is expecting a Superman. Today every company is expecting a Superman. That Superman should have planning skills, coding skills, building skills, testing skills, release skills, deployment skills, operational skills, and monitoring skills. If that Superman has all the skills, then this guy is called as DevOps expert who has all the skills. Is it clear?
Yes.
Now, but Nishant, is it possible for one person to have all the skills? Is it possible? Previously, no. Now it is happening because people are learning different technologies and everything. And here, all developers knows how each and every operation activity works. All operations engineers will teach the developers how operations work. So there is a cross pollination between developers and operations. So there is a cross training. So the world is moving into a way where this is called as pizza teams, where rather than having a full-fledged development team, rather than having a full-fledged operations team, what you do is you pick up 2 people from development, 2 people from operations, make one team. 2 people make a team, 2 people make a team. So you have 3 different teams. 3 different teams does 3 different modules. Module 1, module 2, module 3. So module 1 is developed by these people and deployed by these people, maintained by these people, 4 people only. Module 2 is entirely maintained by these 4 people. Module 3 is entirely maintained by these 4 people, so that each team can independently take the responsibility, and the developer should know what activities operations are doing. Team should know what activities the developers are doing. Is it clear? Now, thing is, to achieve this, everyone should know everything. I should not keep dependencies in between people. So to avoid the dependencies, in the world of DevOps, there are 6 practices that you need to adopt. One is called as continuous integration, continuous delivery, microservices deployment, infrastructure as a code, monitoring and logging, communication and collaboration. So what is continuous integration? Let's understand. Every time a developer commits a code, the moment a developer commits a code into the source code management system, the source code management system will run all types of automated checks on the code and give the feedback to the developers. Did you do this yesterday? Did you do this yesterday?
Yes.
Yes.
This is called as continuous integration, where a developer has modified a piece of code, automatically security check. The moment it is checked into the code, automatically security checks happen, and then a feedback is given to the developers in multiple forms. This is called as continuous integration. Code, build, test is continuous integration. Then code, build, test, and provision the hardware resources, software resources, servers, then doing the deployment, and then continuously monitoring them. Okay. Now, where if all the activities till provisioning is done automated, only the deployment is manual. Only the deployment is manual, and then the automation continues. If only this stage deployment is manual, then it is called as continuous delivery. CI, CD. CD means there is another term also, continuous deployment. Continuous deployment means only the coding happens manually. Automated build, automated test, automated provisioning, automated deployment, automated monitoring. If end to end, if everything is automated, then it is called as continuous deployment. Today, any organization who claims that they have implemented 100% DevOps means they are trying to move from this stage to this stage. Is it clear on the continuous delivery? Clear?
Yes.
What do you mean by continuous integration, continuous delivery, and continuous deployment?
Yes.
Now, in the entire world of DevOps, continuous integration and continuous delivery is the beginning part. These are the starting points. Once you start adopting this, then you need to convert your application into microservices. And whenever you are provisioning your servers, you have to automate the provisioning of servers. That means write a piece of code and run that code. Automatically a server should create. Write a piece of code. Automatically it should build your software and deploy its software on the server. And then once the deployment of the application happens, continuously monitor and log all the details so that you can identify what are the issues that are happening, and then communication and collaboration. Each of them, because we are in the microservices world, each team is a different team. They should communicate in a better way so that the entire project works and fits together. So important thing is having a proper communication and collaboration. Do you use Slack in your organization, or do you know about Slack?
No, we still use Skype,
Slack. Oh, Skype still.
Skype and Zoom. Yeah.
Okay, now understand. Why Skype? Why not
Chatting.
Teams? Teams is an updated version of Skype, no?
I don't know. They have not yet upgraded as an organization.
As an organization. So I'll tell you. So what happened before is we used to have Skype to communicate or IMOs to communicate. But now we have tools like Teams, Slack. Okay, where these systems, no, like Teams, Slack, can be integrated with your CI tools. That means, for example, you committed a code. You committed a code onto the source code management system. Once you commit the code onto the source code management system, it will do the scanning. It will generate a report and send a message on Teams telling that, hey, you'll get a Teams message telling that deployment succeeded, telling that deployment failed. You know what? If you see the deployment failed or automated check failed, you know what you will do typically? You will go to the tool and look at the result, no? And modify the result or rerun it, correct? But from your Teams only, if you receive a message telling that build failed, you can run a query. You can type a command. This command, the moment you say in the chat, rerun, automatically Teams will go to your automated checking tool. It will trigger the build again. So that is how communication and collaboration is changing, where rather than controlling it manually, from your communication and collaboration, communication tools is like Teams, Skype, Slack. So these are the communication and collaboration tools. So using that tools, you control the continuous delivery, continuous integration, continuous monitoring, and infrastructure. For example, a server is there. A server has 16 GB RAM, and currently 15 GB RAM is consumed. That means more than 90%, you will get a notification on your Slack telling that server is running 90% of the compute. You know what you can do? You can reply a message to that bot. You can reply a message telling that increase the RAM to 20% or increase RAM by 16 GB. Then automatically this bot will go to the server, make 16 GB RAM to 32 GB RAM automatically. You just communicate with the chat bot. That's it. So this is what the DevOps is moving to. The entire world of DevOps is moving to this world. So as a part of the DevOps, you do all these activities. One activity that I taught you yesterday was a continuous integration using GitHub and GitLab. That too only very small piece of it. Clear? Now, there are so many things in the cycle, correct? Planning, coding, building, testing, releasing, deployment, operations, and monitoring. Tell me, we did not do the testing properly. Is it going to impact the security of the application?
Yes.
Okay, good. So I have provisioned a server. I have created a server. You know, the username of the server is admin and the password of the server is admin. Is it good deal? Is it okay?
No.
Why? What happens if the username and password of the server is admin?
It will be easy to access. I mean, guess.
Any hacker can easily guess.
Yes.
For anyone, it is easy to guess. No, for example, if your username, for example, for Arun, if the if the Arun's Gmail password is arun@123, anyone can guess. Correct? So this is the biggest problem. So that means at the time of deploying the server, you should ensure that the server password is configured properly. That is one parameter. For example, today if I deploy a server of Windows XP, are you okay with it? Oh, sorry, 2003. If I deploy 2003 Windows server, are you okay with it?
No.
Why? 2003 is very outdated, no? Anyone can hack. That means at the time of deploying the server also, I should ensure the security. At the time of building the code, I should ensure security. At the time of testing, I should do security testing. At the time of releasing the application, I should do security testing. That means in the planning phase, at the time of gathering the functional requirements, I need to implement security. At the time of implementing the non-functional requirements, I need to implement security. At the time of designing the application, I need to implement security. When you're coding the application, you need to implement security. At the branching, implement security. While using third-party components and libraries, you should implement security. While compiling the software, you should implement security. While doing basic testing should be done. Basic analysis should be done. You should ensure the package security, integration security, performance, integration security, and integration testing, staging security, release security, scheduling, configuration management, inventory management, infrastructure management, security metrics, security monitoring, and security alerting. All in the entire plan, code, build, test, release, deploy, and operation. In all these stages, you should take care of security. If you are taking care of the security at each and every stage, then it is called as DevSecOps. Okay. We are learning this course, no? This course comes under which part? Does it come under plan, code, build, test, release, deploy, operate?
Build.
Build.
Good. So whatever we are doing, that comes under build. That is a very small piece. What we are doing is a very small piece in the entire pipeline. You are correct. So at the time of planning, you need to do something called as threat modeling and ASVS scan. At the time of coding, you need to do Git secret management, dependency scanning. At the time of build, you should do dependency scanning, static source code analysis, unit test cases, Docker security testing, Git secret scanning, component scanning. At the time of integration, you can do ZAP testing, container scanning, mod security CRS scanning. At the time of maintaining the artifacts, you can do Docker third-party SSL scanning, Nikto directory buster scan. You can use Joom scan, WP scan, ZAP plus Selenium plus Python, component scanning. Then at the time of orchestration, you can do Docker benchmarking or system hardening guidelines, application hardening guidelines. And then at the time of monitoring compliance as code, security operations with ELK, security controls, blah, blah, blah. You can do many things in the end-to-end cycle. From the time you start planning the software development till you do day-to-day maintenance, you have to implement security at all the stages. Clear? Out of all these stages, you are doing only one scanning, that is this. You are learning this. You are doing code analysis. Whatever the code that you have written, some tool like SonarQube is doing the analysis. Is it clear? Now you know what is the idea behind doing all this activity. Any doubts? Let me open the platform for some questions and then we'll continue. No questions? Guys, no questions? Now, the moment you start writing the code, you commit the code into the CI/CD server and CI/CD will do the job. That's what is happening. So what are the different CI/CD tools that are available? GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, Bamboo, Jenkins. All these are CI/CD tools. So now let me log in with GitHub. See, I have written a code and I have committed the code. Okay. Now what I will do, I'll go ahead and add it. This is called as Maven Basic. Maven Basic. I'm setting up the Maven Basic project. Did you see what is happening? It's actually doing an automated analysis. Are you observing? It is doing automated analysis.
But in your mission, it is turned off, right? Nisha?
If you look at this, because of which, and also what is happening is this guy, when it identifies that all the properties are already there, it will go ahead and do the job. So what I can do to analysis method. It's turned off, but see.
Now you turned.
No, I did not touch because I did not go to the here. So what I'll do, I'll turn it off.
Like for every project we have to do, or if
No, actually what happens is by default, this will never get turned on.
okay.
It should manually happen. But for some projects, I don't know, it's turning on automatically. But you can manually control it. For example, if you go here, some 102 findings we got. Are you observing? For example, let me go to the branch. If you look at, let me tell you one thing. If you see $14 we have received, no? In this. Now what is it telling? Not computed, right?
Yes.
That means this don't know whether this code is deployable or not. Anyway, I'll show you a few more. First thing is I'll enable the CI/CD so that the job is easy. I'll turn it off. I'll enable it. I'll add the secret token. Now go back once the secret token is done, because it's a Maven. So I should add these 2 lines. Go to the POM, edit. Where is it written? Here. Commit the change. Now it will never run as a workflow. What I will do, I'll add it as a workflow. Copy the workflow. Am I using master branch or what? I should know. No, I'm using a main branch. So I will change it to main. And then added workflow for project. So let's wait for it to complete. Go to actions. Yeah, it's running.
And how do we know, Nishant? Like it is a manual CI/CD or else automated one?
Here, no. So you should always go and check the analysis method that is enabled.
Okay.
So now let this push, no. Once this pushes, it will give us a lot more details. See, now here you think you are managing 100 projects. Think you are managing 100 projects. Okay. Without going here, you want to see whether the SonarQube passed or failed. How do you do that? I'll show you a sample. Let it continue. It's going on. The actions is going on.
Okay.
Let it continue in the background. It doesn't matter for us. So what you can do in the Readme file, you can write. In the Readme file, you can go to this project. You can go to information. See, till now quality gate is not computed. That is the reason it is telling quality gate not computed. This is called as a badge. Anyway, let first one complete and then I'll do it. Let the actions complete, then I'll do the next activity.
And you turn off manual automation, and after turning off, how did you configure CI/CD? Can you show one second?
Same. That's git build.
No. Like from Sonar Cloud. Can you go to Sonar Cloud? Can you go to administration?
Yeah. I did not do it from here.
Here you turned it off. After that, you have clicked something Git actions.
Yeah. So see, after turning it off, I went to I have done a regular project like yesterday. What you have done, no?
Yes, like
Yesterday you
you
have
got
done, right? create a
Yes.
new file.
No, not this part. Another part, like where you will get tokens, these things.
Then go to overview. See, if you go to overview, it will actually show you the configuration if it is not automatically running. From
But
there, I took the token.
but now automatic was turned on, so you have turned it off, and you took token from somewhere. Administration, you went and.
So when I turned off, I clicked on follow this tutorial.
Okay. This is what I'm asking. Okay.
Yeah. So from here, I clicked on follow the tutorial and then I went there.
Okay.
Okay, guys, first tell me, you have any questions?
Nishant, this is the same thing which we did yesterday, right?
Yes.
Till now you have whatever you have done.
Correct.
You have done today. And,
Correct.
yeah.
Correct. I'm not teaching you anything new. I'm only teaching in a different way. Whatever you have done it, I am doing it. See, now it is telling quality gate is not computed. No, if you set a new code definition, previous, that means the moment you say previous, what will happen? Whenever there is a code, it will check. So I'll show you. For example, this is working fine. No, I'll also add a badge. I'll show you badges for other, how a badge will look like for other projects. See, where is the computed one? See, quality gate failed, quality gate fail, quality scanned on SonarQube. I want this kind of quality gate. So what I'll do, I'll copy this. See, I want quality gate failed, second one. So what you can do, you can go to the project information, select the second one, copy it, and go to your Readme. Go to your project's Readme file. Maybe here I want to add it. The moment I add it here, you will see added Sonar badge. So if you go to the main project, do you see quality gate not computed? Let us see my actions are running or not. See, Sonar badge added, no, it will run. So every change to the repository, see, every time I change something in the repository, it is triggering the scan, correct? Now I will get to know. Here itself, I will get an update telling that whether my SonarQube last Sonar scan passed or failed.
Okay.
So let's wait and see. You will get a badge. See, no, so many times you may be working on 10 or 20 different projects. You cannot visit every time this project and see whether it passed or failed. You will get to know the status here itself.
But cannot it is be listed in the project list also in my projects?
Did not get you.
The fail or success status, is it not put on the dashboard or the list of projects?
Here it is there. Here it's already there.
No, I mean, if you go to my projects page, here it will not say
Here it is there.
this.
Here it is there. Here it is there. Here it will be there for anyway.
Yeah, so the right side says last analysis and
It's telling it is failed, but I will go to what I will do. I'll reload this page. Did you see? Quality gate is failed. Let me see why it failed. See, it is showing me green color, but here quality gate is failing. What is the difference?
The build might have succeeded, but the quality gates for, quality parameters for SonarQube have failed.
What does that mean?
Means the other thing like compilation and all those things have been done successfully, but the code quality wise, SonarQube
Good.
rules are blocked.
Good. See, something like this. You can add different badges, okay? Different badges for different purpose. For example, see, if you want to know how many code smells, you can copy. What I will do a couple of changes in this. So you will get to know everything here itself. This is a code smell. I want to know number of bugs. I want to know quality get status. That's a quality get status. Anyway, we are putting it. I want to know number of vulnerabilities. I'll take security rating. I will commit. Let me scan. So now what will happen? You see here, looking at the project, I'll get to know. Oh, this code is scanned on Sonar Cloud. The quality gate failed. There are 3 code smells, 0 bugs, 0 vulnerabilities, and it's a grade security project. That means it's clean or not clean. You will get to know from here. I'll let you know how to identify whether it's clean project or not project. So if you see the actions is running, that means any changes to the code will trigger, and that trigger details you will get it here.
Nishant, one
Yeah.
query here.
Mm.
So whenever we make any changes, GitHub knows and triggers up the build.
Correct.
But on the Sonar Cloud, we have switched off the automatic building, right? Automatic scan.
No, there is a difference. No, you have turned off the automated analysis, but
Okay.
you are running through CI line, not automated analysis is running. It's CI which is running the job.
Means it will be triggered from the GitHub side,
Correct.
but not from this
Not
side,
from the Sonar Cloud side.
Sonar Cloud side. So I mean, if we switch it on, Sonar Cloud will also be able to automatically.
Any one should run. Either you run CI or you run automated analysis. If you run both, it will fail. In sense, both cannot run at the same time.
No. I mean, like we have switched off for the time being, right? But in our code by default, and when we created the project first time, what was the situation? This was off, right?
See, you are using Sonar Cloud. That's why you don't have a control on which parameter should be on by default. But when you use your enterprise version, Sonar Cloud automatic analysis will be turned off by your administrator. The one who is maintaining this, no, he will turn off this by default. And because this is Sonar Cloud, it is working. Automated source code analysis. But in an enterprise version, by default, it will not work. It's manually, you have to configure everything.
So see, suppose what my concern here is, suppose my code is already there in the GitHub, but and this Sonar analysis is turned on automatically. So what is it supposed to? How it's supposed to be triggered? Is it periodical or? I mean.
No. When you run for the first time only, it will trigger. That's it.
Okay. Okay. If this is
So
automatic,
you have to understand the integration here. Here, Sonar Cloud is fully automated tool. In an enterprise, these options are all turned off. You have to turn on everything manually.
Okay. No, see, suppose.
For example, okay, understand. Very simple. This is Sonar Cloud, no?
Yeah.
Open your Sonar localhost.
Okay.
Localhost is your own server, no?
Yeah.
Open localhost and see.
Let me start it.
If you go here, projects, examples of basic scan. General settings. So did you have that even scanning option?
Okay.
So not everything will be enabled by default. The administrator has to do a lot of configuration for you. You don't see that, no automation. And again, what I will do, I'll add more. I'll say from GitHub. So now what is happening? Observe. You are entering the GitHub URL, GitHub ID, client ID, secret ID, private key. Now, once you enter all of this, that's where GitHub is enabled for GitHub, SonarQube. Till that time, SonarQube is not capable of configuring or talking to GitHub. Okay. But did you give all of these details in Sonar Cloud? No. Why? Because you remember I was telling you Sonar Cloud is public. So it has a very easy integration with other tools within 1 or 2 clicks. But in this case, in 9000, it is not. Nishant, why are you not teaching everything on localhost 9000? I have given you the reason. If a reverse webhook should come from GitHub to your computer, it will not come. You're getting me? Why your reverse webhook will not come? That means your GitHub cannot talk to your localhost 9000 reverse webhook because you have a private IP address for your computer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Typically in an enterprise world, all these systems will sit together. So that's how I'm showing a demo. I'm assuming that GitLab and GitHub and Sonar sitting on the same network, they are talking.
But see, my query is more of concern is like, see, GitHub, whenever we make any changes or go to action and trigger automatic build, it starts the build as well as SonarQube scan, right?
Correct.
But here, suppose like this is a configurable screen. Here, from here, you can go to administration and you can switch on the switch on the automatic. So this automatic analysis means what? Will this automation be triggered whenever code is checked into
No,
Git,
no.
or it
Okay,
is
let me do.
by SonarQube?
Okay, let me do a change. I will turn on. Please commit on your repository. We will trigger an analysis as soon as we detect an activity on your default branch.
Okay.
Or on a pull request. That means in this case, SonarQube will go and pull.
Okay, got it.
That are there any changes? Are there any changes? Are there any changes? But is this a good idea?
No.
Why?
Because in that way we will keep SonarQube wake up every time.
Correct. That means
time for
SonarQube,
looking for actions.
if you have 100 repositories in your company, SonarQube will ask every few seconds 100 repositories. That means there is a lot of traffic that is generating. Unnecessary, right? That means CPU and compute power of Sonar is being wasted. Rather, what you will do, whenever you commit the code, to GitHub, then only let it trigger.
Okay. Yeah. Got it. So trigger point is in both the situations, either I can handle it from GitHub or from SonarQube, or the trigger point is same.
Yeah, trigger points can be changed. For example, you can trigger it from GitHub. Yeah, you can either do it on this is pull and push. Either you can commit the code and it will actually trigger a webhook, or it can pull always.
Keep calling.
Keep calling. Both of them can be done.
Okay, but the trigger point is same in both the cases. It will be the code commit.
Correct.
Code changes. Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime. See, not only code change, you can have multiple. Sorry. You
Okay.
can write it with code commit. That means when there is a code change also, when there is a code commit also, you can also say only pull request. Whenever there is a pull request, then only it will
Okay.
run. If there is no pull request, it will not run. Even you can write that also.
Okay. So even that is configurable
That is configurable. But where is it configurable?
on the GitHub side.
In the GitHub side. So you need to know how to work on this tool then.
Okay. YML.
Yeah. So you should know how to write a YAML file and when to write, how to write. If you know that here, so you can see here, you see on push to the branch. That means whenever there is a push means
code
git push origin main, no?
Yeah.
So whenever you see a push activity, that too on a main branch, run it. If you don't see a push activity, but if you see a pull request, either an open pull request, either a synchronized pull request, or someone has reopened a ticket on GitHub, run it. So in all the cases, you run it. That's a default. If I remove this method, if I remove these two lines, so whenever I do a pull request, it will not trigger.
Okay. Yeah, that clears my doubt.
Yeah. Any questions from other friends?
I just have one question. So whatever
Sure.
you have done on GitHub, so same thing can be implemented in the GitLab as well, right?
Exactly. Same thing can be
So
implemented
whatever
on GitLab.
you're triggering on actions here will be pipelines there.
Yes. So correct. So what happens is, I'll give you the naming convention. In GitLab, it is called as pipeline. The same thing in GitHub, it is called as action.
Actions.
Same thing in Jenkins, it's called as job. Same thing in Azure DevOps, it's called as releases and pipelines. Different name in different tool, but same job, same process, and same. They're doing all of them are doing same, but different names.
Okay, thank you.
It is like this, no? When you go to 5-star hotel, paneer tadka, they give it as a different name. But when you go to the roadside hotel, it is also paneer kadai. That is also paneer kadai, but it is a different name. That dal also is like that only. Different names that they will give. But ultimately, they are doing the same job. Is it clear for everyone? Whatever is shown? Is it clear?
Yes.
Guys? Okay, good. Maybe what we'll do, we'll take a quick break and come back, and then I'll ask you a question. In mine, it is failed. In your code, it is green. Why? So I'll keep with that question. I'll pause the video and then we will see you in 15 minutes. It's around 3:45. We will see at 4 o'clock. See you all. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Just give me a confirmation if everyone is here. Okay, I see most of you are here. Now, can you guys tell me, in your case, why the quality gate was pass? In my case, why the quality gate has failed?
Did you make any changes to code?
No, I did not make any changes to the code.
So maybe is looking for some additional set of SonarQube rules.
Good.
In your project.
Yes.
That could be one of the reasons.
Good. That's correct. So for that, we need to understand a couple of settings that we typically do in each project. If you look at, I did not do anything at a project level because I just created a project in front of you only, no? Correct?
Yes.
Now, this is where if you see, always, in my say, it's saying quality gate failed, one failed condition, 2 cyclomatic complexity reduced to 1. So when you click on full analysis, if you look at overall code, 2 cyclomatic complexity reduced to less than 1. What is it telling? That means my condition is there should be only one cyclomatic complexity. Because in your code, there are 2 cyclomatic complexities, we are failing it. We are failing the pipeline. Clear?
Yeah.
Cyclomatic complexity means you are saying about loops.
Yes, that's where I'll give you the, that's where our next concept is going to be.
Okay, Nishant, like you are saying, like I have one condition in my for loop, I need to
maybe
have
if I complete, it is easy. I'm starting now. Okay. So first, so there is something called complexity. What do you mean by complexity in the code? How easy it is for every user to read. Okay, how easy your code is to read. That is one metric that you will do. Now, complexity is divided into 2 types. One is called as cyclomatic complexity and cognitive complexity. So first of all, how do you calculate complexity? Okay, for example, if you have a for loop, in that for loop, if you have 3 for loops, 4 for loops, okay, is it easy to read? Okay, let me take a first simple question. Now tell me, there are 2 sets of code, no? Which code is easy to read? The top one or the bottom one?
Bottom one.
Why bottom one?
It is simple.
You can easily see what would be the result if you qualify the case.
Good. So For every function that is starting, if you see, we have incremented 1. Correct? But if you look at, both of them are looking same. So both of them are, from a readability point of view, the bottom one is making more sense, no? This is good, right? From a look and readability point of view, this is bad. But cyclomatic complexity means it is based on the number of paths through the code. Number of paths through the code. For example, here there is one path started. Here there is another for loop started. There is another for loop started. And there is another if condition started. Correct? So 4 loops, one by one. So that means for every time you open a loop up, every time you open a function, you increment it by 1. That is, in this case, the cyclomatic complexity is 4. But look at this. Here, condition opened. Here, a condition opened. Here, a condition opened. Here, a condition opened. Cyclomatic complexity is 4. Now, every time my developer writes a code, a human cannot look and tell now. Every time a developer writes a piece of code, a human cannot look and tell, oh, this readability is nice, this readability is not nice. We need certain mathematical calculation. Okay. But if you calculate cyclomatic complexity, will you be able to tell which is the better option mathematically from a mathematics point of view? Because in both the cases, cyclomatic complexity is 4 only. What is cyclomatic complexity? Cyclomatic complexity will tell whether your code is testable or not. Whether your code is testable or not. It doesn't give the measure on how complex the code is from a human perspective. Here, it tells whether your code is testable or not. Yes, your code is testable and the cyclomatic complexity is 4. So in this case, it's a confusion for us. We cannot tell whether it is a good code or a bad code from a cyclomatic complexity point of view. That's when we need to go to next level called as cognitive complexity. Whenever there is a break in the code, in a linear flow of the code, you will increase 1. You will increment when there is a break or when there is a nested structure. Okay, you will ignore the shorthand structures. I'll give you examples. Okay, it tells you how many test cases are needed to cover a given method. How many test cases are needed to given a method. So that is cognitive complexity. If you look at now, you observe this. In this case, switch number 1 to totally 4. But if you look at a cognitive complexity, it's 1. Because increment when there is a break in the linear flow. Where is the break in the linear flow? Only one break. That means this entire is a one function only, no? Only one break throughout this. Now, if you look at here, there is a break in the linear flow. Here, there is a break. See, because this is a second one, so +2. There's a third one, +3, because this is nesting in. And then if you look at after this, there is no nesting. So it's +1. And it also tells that number of test cases that are required. Okay. See here, less than I is one test case. Not less than I is another test case. So 2 test cases. And then equal to is another test case. Then accordingly, it will go ahead and calculate the cognitive complexity. Based on this, you can tell, oh, my code is good code, my code is bad code. This is from a complexity of the code point of view. Now, why is this important for us? Why to calculate the complexity of the code?
For test automation.
Yes, for test automation, and then
Code maintainability also.
code maintainability also, and then
Readability.
and then
Your number of unit test cases will increase.
obviously that is for sure. Excellent. Number of unit test cases will increase. Now, Nishant, you are telling about linear flow, nonlinear flow. What is a linear flow? For example, for loop, while loop breakage, do while, if condition, else if condition. Okay, this will break the linear flow of the application. Now, I'll give you another example. Let's identify. So let's take simple example. Can you tell me cognitive complexity? If you look at this, one condition, two condition, three condition, and this is OR condition. But in this case, this condition, this evaluation, and this evaluation. Or because if it's starting, you can also consider that also. That's what it means when I say and. So from a readability point of view and how complex the code is. So this is one parameter to tell whether your code is easy to read or not. Are you getting me? This is one parameter. Second parameter is duplications. How many number of blocks are duplicated? That means similar set of block, a block of data, a block of code. If it is duplicated, you will get to know. So in duplications also, number of blocks that are duplicated. So if you go to my organization, one second. I'll go to quality gates and show it here. So if you see here, can I request all of you to go to quality gates? Request all of you to go to quality gates in your Sonar Cloud. And if you go here to quality gates, in your case, you will see only Sonar way, correct?
Yes.
In my code, it is selling as nice code. I only added, it's an extra condition. If you see here, what did I say? Cognitive complexity is greater than 1. That means if the cognitive complexity is greater than 1, fail the gate. If the cyclomatic complexity is greater than 1, fail the gate. If the number of lines cover is more than 100, okay, work on it. So there is a condition here that we will write. I'll let you know how it works. So here I have written a condition and I said, this is my quality gate. And I enabled it. You see, nice code is default. That's why in my project, in my SonarQube, it failed. See, there are two cyclomatic complexities, but as per me, how many? As per me, how many? If anything greater than 1, fail. There are 2, so it failed. 1 failed condition. 1 condition is met, so it failed. Now, in your organization, you need to go ahead and start writing your own conditions. For example, I'll show you how to write a new one. Create a new quality gate. I will say, for example, tell me one of your customers. Okay, 3D experience. 3D experience for, maybe you are developing this for Nissan. Oh, you have clients like this, or you is a product-based company?
We have clients.
For example, tell me one client name.
Maybe Renault.
Spell it.
Renault.
Renault. Okay.
Yeah.
For example, see, you are a project. For example, you are developing a software, and Renault has a condition telling that in my code, whatever the code that you develop for me should not have more than 3 cyclomatic complexities in the entire code. So what you will do, you can put different quality gates and tell which quality gate is applicable for me. So I'll say condition. Here, on every time you run a new code, do you want the quality gate to be applied or on overall code? What do you suggest, guys? Will you put the conditions on overall code or every time a new code is generated for that?
New code.
New code.
New code.
That means whenever I'm modifying an existing code or an old code and then there is a bug, so you don't want to care about it.
So the modified code would be the new code now.
So that's how do you think it will consider?
If it is not the case, then we can go with overall code.
No, this is where you need to come with Git strategy. There is something called Git strategy where in some organizations, what they do is they have something called repositories. For example, there is a repository. This is engineering team. Engineering team has committed some code to this and there is a jar file that gets generated. And this is Renault team. This Renault team will download these jar files and consume it. And they push their code to another repository. Now, these guys, engineering team, think they have 4 modules in this project. Now, typically when you have 4 modules, you will only have single SonarQube because it's at the repo level. It's at a repo level. Some people, what they do, they use something called as spares checkout. That means only module 4 you can check out and scan. Only module 3 you can check out and scan. Only module 2 you can check out and scan. Only module 1 you can check out and scan. That's called as spares checkout. So in this case, it is important for you, either it is at an overall level or based on the new code for that spares checkout level. I don't know what is the technique that you guys are implementing. Anyone knows how it is implemented at your organization? Just give me one minute. Yeah, tell me. Sorry.
So generally what we do is, I mean, I don't know, but what I know is generally we baseline a code and we ask the Sonar to scan, the changes coming after that date.
Okay.
So
you only do the differential scanning.
Yes, because
Okay.
sometimes it's on the codes which are already developed by someone else, and we don't have that authority to modify them. So we baseline that.
Okay. So that means you can go ahead and change the quality gate. If you go to quality gate, see here, you can go ahead and change the quality gates here. You can say, okay, this is Sonar way. Now what happens? The conditions are different. For this project, the conditions are different. If you say nice code, the conditions are different. So you can go ahead and create different conditions. I'll also show you here. So you write a quality gates and then accordingly apply the quality gates to your projects. Clear? On what condition it should pass, on what condition it should fail. So we created a 3D experience Renault and add a condition. For example, as you said, we will go with a new code. Okay, we'll take new code. Now, what is the condition coverage? What is conditions to cover? Coverage, linear line coverage, lines to cover, uncovered conditions, uncovered lines, duplication, how much percent of duplicated lines, number of duplicated lines, number of blocker issues, number of critical issues, number of informational issues, regular issues, major issues, minor issues, code smells, technical debt ratio, bugs, reliability rating, reliability remediation effort, number of vulnerabilities, security rating, remediation effort, number of lines of code. So there are so many conditions you can write. For example, if I say, why can't I see complexity at a new code level? But if you go to overall code, do you see complexity got added? Cognitive complexity and cyclomatic complexity. So in your organization, if you are using cognitive or cyclomatic complexity, that means you are working on overall code. If you are working on new code, that means you don't have any complexity features. Why? The thing is, today you have written a function of 4 lines. Cognitive complexity is only 3. But in the next version, you modified the same piece of code and increased the complexity. So that means it comes under overall complexity of the code. So that's why it is under overall complexity. So if you see here, cognitive complexity operator is greater than 1. Add. Now what will happen? So if I have more than 1 cognitive complexity, it is failed. So I'll add one more condition. I'll say on new code, line coverage, operator is less than. That means, what is this? Line coverage percentage, but it is never shown as percentage to me. So what I'll say 25. What does this mean? Less than 25% means?
How much of the code is covered by test cases?
So if it is less than 25%, it will
It
fail.
should fail.
If it is more than that,
It
it
should
is pass. Now what I will do, I'll apply this. I'll apply to this my code. This is my code. I'll apply to this. Currently it is default. I'll change it to Renault. Okay. Now let us do the scanning. Easy way to do the scanning is go here, do some changes.
Or we can go and trigger the build again from actions as well, right?
Yeah, both are fine, but I want to show you the new code, no?
Okay.
Let's see what's going to happen. Let the actions run. Anyway, come here, reload the page. Let's see what is previously it failed. Now let me see whether it will pass or fail. What do you think, whether it will pass or fail? Looking at the previous history.
It should pass.
Passed. Congratulations, your code has passed the quality gate. See the full analysis. 0 bugs, 0 vulnerabilities, 0 code smells, security hotspots, 100. Now, if you look at, there are so many bugs. No security hotspot, no code smells, no vulnerabilities. So this has passed. That means it has met the condition. Now what I will do, I will change the condition of the quality profile. Sorry, not quality gate. I will say nice code and then run. I will rerun. Now it should fail, right? It will auto start. I hope you understood, right? How quickly we are doing the testing. No need to download every time. Automatically system will download everything. Everything is clean way of testing. I'm not switching from that terminal to this terminal, wrong commands. No. Once you set, it will automatically run in the background. You may just need to take time for coffee, that's it. And then good. It will happen in the background. It's better than the first day and second day, no? Rather than running manually. Only one time configuration, right? No need of copying token every time. Authentication, that, this.
Nishan, without modification in the code, I'm making the configuration. So how we can trigger it from the action?
Yes, what you can do, you can see here.
Okay.
So you can go to the previous one. And you can say rerun all the jobs.
Okay.
Without modifying the code, you can rerun it.
Okay.
Let's see whether the quality gate passed or failed. See, now the quality gate has failed. This is one condition that you can write. Is it clear for everyone? Any questions?
Nishant, we just changed the quality gates, right? So it is failing, but still it is showing 3 findings, whereas in the previous run, we didn't find anything. At least it should show us the bugs and all those things which are there, right?
So let's go and see the full analysis. If you look at C,
okay, still 0. Okay.
Still 0. But why is it showing 3? It is the total overall analysis from the time it is started.
Okay. On the main branch, it is.
Yes. But why can't I see, if you go to overall code, see 3 code smells. But our condition was never on the. So that's why I said, no, we always said new code, no? That means only for the new code, this will be applicable. So you come here to the quality gate. Currently, this is default. So if I said this is default, that means it is applicable to anything that runs. That means next time, whatever runs, by default, this is applicable. If you look at SonarWay, you can put the SonarWay as a quality gate, but SonarWay has, see, different conditions, like coverage is 80%. Duplicate lines should be less than 3%. Maintainability rating should be A. Reliability rating should be A. What is maintainability rating and reliability rating? Let's understand. First, let's understand maintainability rating. Okay. So we calculate something called as technical debt ratio. Technical debt ratio. So let me first ask this question. If I ask you, if there is one bug, and this bug, for you to fix this bug, you have to modify 20 lines of code. How much time will you take? How much time will you take? Give me some example. For example, 20 minutes. The total time to fix this bug is 20 minutes and 20 lines. So how do you calculate the debt ratio? So this is the development cost. 20 minutes is the development cost. So if you take an example of, if the development cost is 30 minutes and a project has a technical debt of 2400 minutes, that means for you to finish the entire project, 2400 minutes. Okay. And your entire code base is 2500 lines of code. Then the technical debt ratio will be 24,000. That's the overall technical debt by 30 into 2500. 30 is the 30 minutes for the development, and then 2500 is the lines of code that you need to modify. So that is 3.0.32. Now you come up with a range. telling that I will take 0 to 10 as the range. And I will say 0 to 3 is A, 3 to 6 is B, 6 to 8 is C, 8 to 10 is D. I can come up with my own ratings. Or you can go with a standard rating. Okay, so if it is less than 5%, then it is considered as A. 6 to 10% rating is B. 11 to 20% rating is C. 21 to 50% rating is D. And anything over 50% is E. So this is 32. 32 means in percentage, 32%. So it comes under D. Are you getting me? So here the scale is 0 to 1. 0 to 1 is the scale. On 0 to 1 scale, it is 0.32. If the scale is 0 to 10, it is 3.2. If the scale is 0 to 100, it is 32. Is it clear? No. See, it's all you come up with ratings and tell which rating is good for me, which rating is bad for me. You can also come up with reliability rating, where we will tell 0 bugs means A quality, A rating. If I find one minor bug, it is B quality. If I find one major bug, C. If I find one critical bug, D. If I find one blocker means without this, you're not supposed to go to the next thing. It's like a showstopper. D. E. Then you can have something called security rating, where if you find 0 vulnerabilities, A rating. One minor vulnerability, B rating. One major vulnerability, C rating. One critical vulnerability, D rating. And one blocker, E rating. It's you who define the ratings. These are the standard ratings that is already given. Any questions? But if you say one minor bug, but what is the quality of the bug? On what basis you are telling that it's a minor bug or major bug? So for that, you need to look at quality profiles. Quality profiles are rules. For example, if I want to know the rules of Java, if I go to Java, see, we have two profiles. One is called as Java Automatic Analysis and SonarWay. There are two quality profiles, Java Automatic Analysis and SonarWay. It has 54 rules and it has 481 rules. So if I have to show you 481 rules that are available, for example, when do you call your code as bug? So if you say all bugs, so these are the rules which will tell it is a bug or not. Vulnerabilities. These are all vulnerabilities. So if you look at, let's see this, secure random seeds should not be predictable. If SonarQube sees any non-compliant code, okay, if the SonarQube sees any non-compliant code, it will raise it as a vulnerability. For example, bug. If you open this, equals to plus should not be used instead of plus equals to. If anywhere in your code, if SonarQube sees this, it will tell that this is a bug. In your code, if it sees @deprecated, that means it is considered as a code smell. It is defined. This is a rule that is defined in SonarQube. You can absolutely go ahead and modify the rule. Tomorrow you can say @deprecated is not a major bug. It is just info. You can go ahead and modify as per your requirement. For example, there are tags also. Is it a bad practice code? Bad usage? For example, here you see @override should be used on overriding and implementing methods, nowhere else. So it's a bad practice of using override. Is it bad practice or good practice using override? Okay, when do you use override? How do we know, Nishant? Automatically Eclipse will fill for us, correct? Eclipse automatically fills, no? Some overrides. Or when you actually search for the method, it will automatically populate it for you, right? Maybe the ID, we don't know what condition, what specific scenario you are using it, but you're just typing some hint and it will auto populate the override, sometimes override functions for you. For example, improper error handling. Catch clauses should do more than rethrow. For example, here, map.get and value test should be replaced with single method call. If you look at here, v value equals to map.get key. If value is null, then value equals to v dot create for, and if the value is not null, then put it. Now if you see return map dot compute if absent, rather than using null conditions and if conditions, we are asking you to use a mapping as well as compute if absent method. So this way of using is not proper, and this is the right way of using it. So like this, there are rules in SonarQube which will tell whether it is good, bad, whether it is a vulnerability or not. Based on these rules, your code will be evaluated. For each of this, you can go ahead and customize your rating. Today you feel that this is, SonarQube feels that this is major. You can go ahead and modify and tell, no, this is not major, this is minor. You can go ahead and change it. But you need to make a copy of it. You need to make a copy of this entire profile. For example, for Java, think you have this profile. What you can do, you can make a copy and say, so SonarWay Java SonarWay Nishant. So it's making a copy for me. So you can make a parent, but at this moment, no. So how many are active, how many are not active? You can activate more. And then you say which rule you want, which rule you don't want. For example, I want to activate this rule. Or maybe bean validation. Okay. Severity is blocker, activate. So now you can change the severity of it and say previously severity was more, I will change it to info and then activate it. And if I go here, from now, if this happens, it will be considered as info. Are you getting it?
Can you write any rule?
Yeah, we can write our own rules also and say, okay, this will work out, this will not work out. I am going to show that also.
Shishan, just one thing. If you're
Sorry?
making a change in the rules and my analysis report is already been taken up and it is going to consider with the new code. then the rules which you have modified, it will be changed with the report.
No, so see, rules are consistent. For example, today it is not a bug, but after tomorrow there is a security breach happened, and some of your security engineering team has upgraded the rule. Then what will happen?
So only with the modified code it will be taken up, or entire overall code?
So that is where your code check will come. No, here you said no quality profile, quality gate. You said
Yeah,
here no whether it should be on overall code or it should be on the
new code.
new code.
Yeah, so that, okay, that is based on the condition we have applied.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all this management is our day-to-day operations of SonarQube administrator. Whoever is the SonarQube administrator in your organization, his job is to do this every day. Understand the different security issues and then create.
So Nishant, on his question, got it out. So quality gate checks for some specific numbers of cyclomatic complexity or lines of lines to cover. Can we configure quality gate such that it also includes some specific quality profile? Quality rule. Like suppose password should not be hard coded. That is my golden rule. And I want my system to fail the check in case if this rule is not incorporated. So does quality gate also has any such thing that we can configure?
See, it's not quality gate. It's handled by quality profile. So it's a rule. That rule should tell, because see, quality gate cannot tell whether it is a password or not. See, for example, in the condition, you cannot say, see, we don't have a condition tells that password is there or not. But that's a rule that we have to write. We should write our own quality profile with our own rules. For example, here you see quality profile. Now, for example, there are two Maven name.
See, what my question is, the execution fails only for quality gates, or does it fails for, can we configure it to be failing for
see,
specific
first
quality
it is
rules
like
as
this. First, your code is analyzed based on the rules.
Okay.
And then the results will come out.
Mhm.
Once the results comes out, then the quality gate. So it is like this. For example,
No, so my password hard coding, suppose my password hard coding rule is I have set it as bug. Okay.
And you say conditions that if one bug is raised, fail the gate.
But maybe suppose in real time situations, I might let that one bug go. And I mean, say suppose
So then that's where you need to give complexities. No, you say critical blocker. You configure it as a blocker. So if there are 6 number of blockers, then fail it.
Okay, so I mean, there is no such thing like the
Only
quality
password.
gate
If password is there, then fail. If it is a regular expression, then pass it.
Yeah, something like
no, that
which
is not
I
there.
check. I mean, I have some high priority that if this particular thing is happening, I will block my quality gate. So this is not there, right?
That is not there.
Okay, that answers my question. Thanks.
Nishant, I just have one question. Suppose I get some errors in the SonarQube related to maybe percentage of the duplicate lines, maybe 3% or 4%, and then maybe anything related to cyclomatic complexity. But my architecture of the code demands it to be like that, or maybe modifying that will, screw up my code or functionality. So how critical or important is it at that time to resolve the SonarQube issues?
It's ultimately you should go ahead and ensure that the requirements are satisfied. But one thing is, you can say if number of codes, for example, in your case, what you are telling is 3% of the code. But
duplicate
you
lines,
know
yeah,
that,
maybe.
yeah, you know that. Okay, let me, what I will do, I'll show you 1 second. I'll show you. Once. For example, if you see, this is here. Now you have 3 code smells. This is where. Now we have 3 code smells, no? For example, this is open. What you can do, you say resolve as fixed, resolve as false positive, resolve as won't fix. Say it as resolve as won't fix.
Yeah, but then if it's a duplicate lines issues, how do you do it? Because I don't see that in this category.
No, because we did not get anything here. In this piece of code, we don't have anything.
But this duplication lines is in separate category, like it shows in the percentage. It doesn't come in this filter, I guess, right? Here we see the bugs, vulnerabilities, code smells, but this duplication lines, see you see it at the bottom, 0.0% duplications.
Yeah.
So how do you close that kind of issues? Yeah.
Okay, what I will do. Let me see if we have any duplications anywhere. Okay, see this has duplications.
Yes.
Now, if you see here, duplication lines, density more is 23%. That means you will find more duplicated lines here. Let's go to duplicated lines. Now, if you see here, there are so many duplicated lines which is actually being used. See here, is if condition is 64. So sorry. So let's say duplicated blocks. That's better rather than the lines of code. Now, in this case, tell me where are the duplicated lines? Let's understand. Duplicated block. See, it's not mandatory that every time it should be only in this piece of code. It may be somewhere else also. Two different types of files may also generate the same kind of code. I'll show you 1 second now. Let's go.
Double click on the gray line.
Yeah. Yeah. So in fortune.py also the same set of lines.
Yeah, it's from the different file, correct?
It's from a different file. Sorry. But see, this is looking at an overall code point of view. Like for example, in this, if you look at, I'll show you. So now if you look at duplicated lines percentage and duplicated lines in this piece of code, 73% of the code is duplicated. That means there is somewhere else in the other piece. For example, fortune and bad fortune are sharing pretty much same amount of code. See, duplicated from 95 to 92. Now, is it possible for you to convert that into a function and then reuse that function here rather than writing the same lines of code? For example, there also it's an A plus B calculation. Here also A plus B calculation. Can you write one function and call that function here? Can you convert that into a public function and call it here? Just taking an example.
Yeah, maybe.
So that's how you need to resolve it. That's the only way, because for example, A plus B, I can write it. But when I am using that A plus B 4 times, so it's better to write a function and call that function here. So, but when you call a function, that is not called as duplicate line. So this is how you need to start doing analysis one by one and then start fixing the code. In case if your project demands that you have to use the duplicate lines, you can ignore it, no worries.
How do we ignore it? like in our case, we have an architecture that way. Like in the Java, we have that interface methods and many classes implementing that. So obviously it will try to override all the methods in every class. So that is showing duplication for us. So changing that would be like changing the entire architecture, which is very difficult. So how do we like, if worst possible case we can't do anything, so how do we
So
close
that's
this?
where you need to go ahead and start writing your own rules.
Okay.
So where you will tell if this kind of duplicated line comes up, ignore it.
Okay.
So that's where we are going to start now, where I'll show
Okay.
you how to write your own rule and say, okay, if this rule is met, I'm okay.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
But one thing is, duplications of rules is something which is never considered as a priority in any company. They will not take it as a priority in any company. What is more priority is reliability, security, and maintainability. These three are the parameters which are considered as top parameters for you. Okay, now if you look at, if you look at here, right? So now what I will do, can you see rules here, rules section? So you can go ahead and start writing your own rules, quality profiles. I'll show you one more thing. See, if you go to Sonar Cloud, you will not see this option, administration, marketplace. This marketplace is only available in
Local.
version that you install. The version that you install on your computer, no, only that has marketplace option. Sonar Cloud is a free tool, so it doesn't have marketplace option for you. You don't see marketplace. Okay. So if you go to the marketplace, you can come here and search for Java. So here you have different plugins. You can go ahead and install different plugins. Each plugin has a different rule in it. So you can gather the different plugins, understand each of the rule, and create your own rule out of it. In the day one, see, in any organization for the first time, they will go with the default rules. And then slowly they will start writing their own rule. See, all the plugins that you install here, one second. I should get an option to install. Yeah, here it is. See, if you want, you can install this. The moment you install this plugin, if you go to your Sonar, where is your Sonar? See, if you go to your SonarQube, if you go to temp, you see exported plugins, exploded plugins here. All the plugins that are installed, you will see it here. All the extensions that you have installed, you can go ahead and get it from here.
Do we need to download, Nishant?
No, not required. I'm just showing you how to do it. That's it. Okay, for example, if you have a rule here, if you go here, you have so many rules. Now, if you see dot equals should be used to test the values of atomic classes, non-compliant code and compliant code. I'm seeing I should get an option here to modify the rule. I'm wondering why am I not getting that rule? Okay, 1 second. One second. First, I'll go to quality profiles. See, if you look at this one, no, this is Sonar Cloud, right? In Sonar Cloud, if you look at the quality profiles, see here, the one which we have created, the one which is inbuilt, and the one another one which I have created. Here you see 4. For example, if I go activate more rules. So in this profile, I can go ahead and activate a rule. But in all this case, I'm not getting an option. So, but if you go to your own profiles, I'll say, 1 second, let me make my own rule. I'll go to rules, Java. One second. See, there is an option here that will come as custom rule. From here, you can actually create that option. I think because this is a community version, you're not getting it. Let me also see why is it not coming. I had another enterprise version. It came there. Can anyone have you have your access to your own office one? Can you share your screen and show me once?
Yeah, maybe I can share.
Yeah, please.
What we want to check, Nishan?
Go to rules. Yeah, on your left side, just click any of that. Click any of the rule. Scroll down. To the bottom. 1 second. Otherwise, what I'll do. Okay. I got it now. Go to the left side. Go to the left side. Click on template. Yeah. Show templates only. Okay, now here, I think, yeah, I got it now where it is. Actually, I've forgotten mine. I was looking at Sonar Cloud and then telling.
I'll stop sharing.
Yeah. Yeah. Now click on any of that. Yeah,
Oh,
anything. Fine, fine, no worries. I'll show mine. So guys, if you go here, custom resource here, you can show only templates. And for example, this is for Java. Go show templates. Now I will say track comments, comment matching using a regular expression. We want for Java, no? For example, filter for Java. See Java, code smells, track comments matching a regular expression. So create a rule. I will say a rule here. If there is a comment, okay, with certain criteria, this will raise it as a code smell. This rule will tell us it's a code smell or not. So I'm going to comment. I'm going to monitor the comment. So is it a code smell? Is it a vulnerability or is it a bug? For example, you say it's a bug. It's a blocker. And status ready, beta, deprecated. Deprecated means it's outdated rule. Beta means it is ready, but it is not tested yet fully. Ready means it is ready to be implemented. And then I say now. So we have to write a regular expression. What should we write here? So if I found Nishant demo, in my comments, I should raise it as a blocker. So how do I write a regular expression in Java? Messages found the keyword in comments. So how should I write a regular expression? Can anyone? Nishant demo dot star dot star. What we'll do, dot star means dot star Nishant demo dot star means
Anything before and after the string.
anything before, after, and individually. If you find Nishant demo, make it as identify it. And also, if you found any brackets, and if you found any bracket sign, what does that mean in regular expressions? This is called as case insensitive. That means whether it is capital Nishant demo or small Nishant demo, find it. Match case insensitive. Clear? This is called as match case insensitive. sensitive. Clear? This means at the rate any matching character with at the rate. Again, we will go for regex later, regular expression, but as of now, we'll finish this first. So I'm telling that if you find Nishant Remo capitals or smalls, go ahead and identify. There can be anything before Nishant, there can be anything after Nishant, doesn't matter. Okay. Click on create. So now what is happening? Comments monitor. We have just created a rule. Now, this rule is applicable to which quality profile? And I will also create one more rule, like required manual review. Can I ask you one question? Whenever you are coding, in your comments, will you write, I need to review later? Do you write any comment that I want to review later?
Nishan, this reviewer, does it picks from the comment or even from the source code?
No, wherever you found it, it will pick it up.
Okay.
This is mainly especially for the comments.
Okay.
So you can write something like this. Anyway, I will not write for now. First, we'll do the Nishan demo and then see. Clear? Now, this rule we should activate, right? So this is the rule that we have. Guys, is it clear?
Nishant, the regular expression you have given, dot star Nishant dot star.
Yeah.
Okay, so that star needs to be post.
That means anything before, anything after.
Yes, but the first one, first asterisk, the first star. It is post dot. Okay, you are checking Nishant demo dot. Okay.
Yeah. Dot means anything, and after that, anything. Okay. So, but now if you look at, we created our own. But if you see quality profiles, I have not attached this to any quality profile. So I go here, I create my own quality profile. Nishant quality profile, Java. I don't have any parent. Now, in this quality profile, I want to activate the rule. Where is the rule? See, this is the rule. Clear? Now, I have written a rule, correct? I have written a rule, right? Once you write a rule, attach the rule to a quality profile. Where is the quality profile? quality profile. Now this quality profile I'll apply to a project. Where is the project? See, if you see, do I have the project here? I'll apply to one of the project. Okay. I don't have any project with the keyword, or I have the Maven basic. No. First I will scan it, whether it is active or not. I want to see Maven basic. Maven basic. I can also do this. I'll just delete everything. So it makes my life easy. Projects. So I'll create a new project. That's better. I'll delete this existing one. See, the problem is Sonar Cloud has a different UI. Sonar, the regular installation has a different UI. That's a big problem. I'm creating a new project manually. I'll say Maven basic local. Setup manually. Maven. I think I have a generic token, no? I can use an existing generic token. So where is the token? Let me see. Yeah, generic token is there, no? I'll say I'll use the generic token. This token, you have invalid format. Okay. Where is the token I have? On day one, I created one token. Day one token is here. I'll say I'm going to use this token. See, Maven. This is the command. See, verify sonar, blah, blah, blah. This is the comment. But if you look at the project settings, quality profiles, add language, Java. What is my quality profile? Nishant quality profile. Now what will happen? Only one rule. See, only one rule is active. So before I push, what I will do, I will add Nishant demo as a comment. I'll go to source, main, java.com, acme, basic. I will open hello world and write a simple comment. How do I write a comment? This one. This is a comment, Nishant demo. Quality profile is activated. I want to see quality gate, no quality gates. Or I can create a new quality gate and break it, but I don't want any quality gate. Links, permissions, nothing is required. So now I will run it. Why it failed authentication authorization? That means these are Linux based commands. So it should be a single line. They should always be a single line, okay? Because backslashes are not accepted in Windows. Okay, sorry.
Token is invalid.
Why we just use the token, no? The same token.
And how to check whether
token is of your
active
cloud, I
or
guess.
not?
Git Lab or GitHub.
Did I use it for cloud?
They're from that, I guess.
Maybe. What
Not
I will
local
do.
one.
And Nishan, how to check a token is active or not? Is there any way?
See, I'll tell you. If you go to your account, if you go to security, if the token is here, no, it will be here. If the token is there, that means it's active. I'm assuming that this is the generic token or not, because this is what I used. Maybe I'll use a different token. But the problem is I have already configured my project to have that token. What I'll do, I'll just generate a dummy token, okay? Maven basic local generate a token. Continue Maven. Yeah, maybe that was a token issue. But observe there is a exception, Git file storage attribute. Okay, that's okay. It doesn't matter for me. Can you see one bug? See, found the keyword in the comments. This is a comment, Nishant demo. Did you guys get it? So now in every organization, you should set, and whatever you feel that it is a bug, you need to convert that into rules. And then each rule, you need to go ahead and then create a quality profile of your own in your own organization, and then write rules and associate it with it. So that's how you raise a bug, vulnerability, blah, blah, blah. Rules are there for vulnerability, criticality, blockers and all, but duplicate lines, it will automatically identify. Did you get it? All of you?
Yeah, one question. When we run the analysis, and generally the analysis work on deltas, or it is to be on all.
It will be the entire code. It will be on the entire code. Never ever work on deltas. That's not, as per my understanding, that's not a good idea. You should always run on the entire piece of code. Until and unless if you have branches, no? See, anyway, why are you doing branching? You only focus on that set of code, no? When you run a different branch. And here, you will not only scan main branch, right? You will scan every branch, correct? Whenever you get a piece of code, you will actually scan each and every branch. I'll show you. Sonar Cloud.
Yeah, rules should be applied for entire code. Yeah.
For example, if you see here in this case, see, for each branch, you're going to get a different thing when you run branches. See, for this branch. So if you create another branch, you will get a different scan. If you run another branch, you will get a different scan. If you run another branch, you will get a different scan. So you need to see it. They are all linked with each other. See, how you need to design a project in your organization is you're planning. How you plan should reflect in your code. How you code should reflect in your CI, that is build stage. How you build should reflect on your release. How you release should reflect on your environment. like dev, QA, pre-prod, release. And how you release should reflect your production deployment and monitoring. That end-to-end integration should come. So just want to ask you, what is the Git strategy that you follow in your organization? Git strategy means, for example, how many branches do you work on? What is your branching strategy in Git? Maybe that will give me more details about how it works.
So in general, we have a master, which is a development branch. Then there are releases happening at every PI level, and every release will have different functions. So we have branching at a function level.
No, not like that. So for example, today I'm a developer. In which branch I will work? Master branch?
Yeah, he has to work with master, but he has to derive a master to its own functional branch.
Correct. But I will work on master only, no? For example, I derived a branch. So maybe I'll ask these questions one by one. Maybe if you can give me this answer, it will be easy for me, okay? For example, I am Nishant. I am a new developer joined in your organization. You have assigned me ticket number 1. So this is your GitHub. Which branch I should use to make T1 branch?
So Nishant, in our project, we mainly have two branches. One which goes with the current release, where we do the development, and we continuously update our new code and functionalities over there. And then there is another branch which is already running production branch. So if there is any...
Okay, what are the branch names? No, before you, someone was talking. No, who was that? Yeah, Amol. Yeah, maybe can you tell me, for example, if Nishant has joined in your organization, Nishant has to do some work. Task 1. Which branch he has to clone?
If task 1 is a new implementation, it should be master.
So that means from the master, I have to derive a new branch called as T1, correct?
Yeah.
And when I complete the task, do I need to merge it back to the master?
Yes.
Good. Now, if I have to, for example, today production system is running. Suddenly system crashed. I need to pull the code. From where will I pull? Will I pull them from the master?
No, it will be something the last release branch will be.
Okay. So some last release branch. That means how do you track what was the last release branch?
There are certain naming conventions for branches, so we can recognize what is already.
Okay. So typical, I will give you the ideal scenario. How you should implement Git strategy, I'll tell you. First, you should have minimum. This is ideally scenario, not mandatory. You should have something called as master branch. You should have something called as development branch. And first, whatever is running in the production should always be on the master. Master should always be production. Then you should have development branch. Now, for example, if Nishant is developing a new feature, from the development branch, I'll create a new branch called as feature 1. And then once I am done, I'll commit the code back to development. If Nishant want to release, then I'll pull the code from the development, create a release branch. Okay. Now, when I say release branch, this release has undergone all sorts of testing. So once you are happy with the release, okay, once you say release, that means it is ready for the production. In your case, once I say release, is it ready for production?
Yeah, once it is we are seeing release, it is ready to roll.
Okay, so what we do, always what we do is from the development, take a release branch, do all sorts of final checks, merge the release branch to the master branch. Sometimes what happens is in some companies, when I say release branch, that means do all sorts of testing. Once I'm happy with the testing, I'll merge it back to the master branch so that my master branch is always updated and pull it to the production. See, I will tell you why. Nishant, why can't you take release branch and push it to production? Understand, every time I create a new release branch, I should do some configuration changes. So that means for my automated deployment tool, I should tell it is release 2.0, push it, release 3.0, push it, release 4.0, push it. Rather, there is something called as GitOps strategy. GitOps strategy. That means there is a bot. Whenever there is a change in the master version, it will deploy to directly production. So no human intervention. The human will not come and tell deploy this version, deploy this version, deploy this version. Rather, the human will do all sorts of changes in the release. Once he is happy, he will merge the release back to the master branch. So once there is a change in the master branch, it will automatically do. So if release 2 comes, once I'm happy, I'll merge it back to master. Release 3, I'll merge it back to master. That means for my production environment, only it should look at master branch only. It should not look at, oh, whether release 1 branch is created, release 2 branch is created, release 3 branch is created. So this is how ideally situation should work so that you can implement automation, end-to-end automation. You got me, no?
Yeah, I understood this idea. I mean, there are different strategies.
Correct.
Most of the DevOps team follows. So that is one of the strategies.
Yeah. So based on that, we can customize where the scanning should happen and fail. See here, regular expressions used to detect whether a branch is a long-lived branch or a short-lived branch. For example, in the strategy that I have given, no, release is a short-lived branch. Master and development is a long-lived branch. So we can tell. Any questions? So whatever we have done for the next, like we have only 20 minutes to see. Whatever we have done, you can just explore it. You can apply your quality gates and see if it is failing or not. Tomorrow, what I will do, we can come back. We can work together on how to create your own rules. We'll work together on how to create your own rules. But as of now, explore on the quality gates. Just go through your quality profiles and all. Now, whatever the experiment that you want to do it on localhost 9000. Huh? Because you will not have such a flexibility in Sonar Cloud. See, if I'm going to my Sonar Cloud, if I go to rules, if I go to template, I'll go pick up Java. See, I don't have proper templates available here. So I cannot write my own custom rules in Sonar Cloud. Rather, you can come to the local host and start writing your own custom rules. For Java, see, track uses of disallowed classes, track uses of disallowed constructors, track uses of disallowed methods. So if you want a method which should not be allowed, you can write method name, class name, argument types, overriding is required or not, and then it will detect. I hope it is clear. Any questions? Any questions?
One
Friends?
question is, when you want to
No.
define some roles, will it be always has to be based on templates, or can we create some custom templates and also rules based on that?
Okay, now as of this is a standard version, we don't have more options. But if you go to enterprise, there will be more options. Without rule template also, you can create your own and inject them. But that is only available in the enterprise and other versions.
And also, can we like implement plugins and that can be used?
Sorry?
Can we also implement plugins based on our needs?
Yeah. You can design your own plugin and then also implement it. But the only problem is that is a plugin development.
Yeah, right. It is outside scope.
Yeah. So, but you can start writing your own plugins also. And see, the easiest way is, if you look at the easiest way for you to understand how to write a plugin is, go to your Sonar. You can actually decrypt the jar files, no? So go to the temp, exported plugins, Java. You can actually deconstruct this plugin, observe how exactly it works.
Okay.
It's another way. Okay. Yeah. So we have only a few minutes left. So next 20 minutes, you can, meanwhile, you can explore all these options. Try to explore it in localhost 9000. So you have better control. And then tomorrow, once we come back, you can write a couple of expressions, block it, see, give different names to it, and write different quality profiles.
Tomorrow we have like we'll start from 10, right? Not from 2.
Yeah, correct. Correct.
One general question I have, like
Sure.
some languages like which needs a compilation, like Java. Let's say it needs both, it needs the source as well as the compiled version. So how it is different than which language doesn't need compiled version?
No, SonarQube doesn't care about that. SonarQube takes both of them. If binary is available, it will take binary and scan. Source also it will take and scan. That is where you mention, no, whether you want to scan only sources or not in the pom.xml or properties file.
So binary is optional parameter.
Binary is optional. See, always I'll tell you, source code scanning is more better than a binary scanning, until and unless if you don't have access to the binary. For example, you don't have access to a jar file code, then it makes sense for you to do jar scanning. So typically, first, rather than SonarQube, I would recommend you to use a different tool called as Black Duck. Black Duck. This is one of the good tools for binary analysis. SonarQube is not good at binary analysis. It's good at static source code analysis. There is something called covert. You can also use covert. Binary analysis.
All kind of binaries or only?
All kind of binaries, exe, jar, Linux binaries, it can scan. It can scan Docker containers also.
Oh.
So this is the beauty of this tool. Actually, this is gaining popularity on a day-to-day basis. For the last 3 years, this is the top tool, as per my knowledge.
Okay, thank you.
So guys, I'm not going anything. I'm not teaching anything else. In case if you are already like while I'm doing it, if you have already done with me, and if you would like to drop, feel free to drop. However, if you want to continue back, first stay for a few more minutes. If you have any questions, you can even continue that. Both of them are fine. We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you, Nishan.
If you have any
Thank you.
questions, please let me know. I'll try to address. Sorry. See you all.
Thank you.
Thank you all.